everybody, this is Lady Kaylah here, and welcome to the Geekdom. I know I haven't done a video in a long time, and of all things, I decided to just pick up and do a book review, which I feel like I haven't done in forever, so forgive me if I'm a little out of practice. I also happened to pick up a book that I finished a while ago to review, and so my details may be a little fuzzy. I'm going to try my best to do like a spoiler-free review, and yeah, so let's get started. I'm going to do Before They Were Hanged by Abercrombie, and this is book 2 of the first Law series. And I read the first one a long time ago, and I guess you could say I recently finished this one, but I actually finished it quite some time ago. So anyways, let's start with the first book in a little overview. Someone got upset with me because I said that the first book was simple. However, what they didn't understand was I didn't mean it was simple in this boring, flat, uninteresting kind of a sense. I meant it was simple as in the writer just laid out the story for you. There was no frills, there were no sparkle that was unnecessary, there were no convoluting details or other storylines coming in and confusing the story. And writers like to do that. I don't know why, but it always frustrates me when there's all this extra frilly stuff that doesn't need to be there. And so, unless you know how to do it right, for the most part, that just annoys me about books. Here, Abercrombie really just gives you the story, and it's just simple. He's like, here's the story, there you go, bam, I'm into it. I really like it. So that's what I mean by simple. And I would say the first book is a little bit more simple than this book, because this book starts to go off in different places. However, it's just not too much, and I feel for the most part, Abercrombie still just lays out the story for you. Here's the story, here's what's going on, there you go. So I really enjoy that. It still follows through, and it's still true in this book. I really like it. On a complex scale, the first book was definitely less complex than this book, but that's because the first book is the introductory book, and I really enjoyed it because he really took the time to give you all these characters, because there's a multi-character and multi-perspective book, and he gives you the environments and the situations that these characters are used to, so you really understand the character origins, which help play out as these characters meet up and work together and work through the situations they're put in. And I feel like it was really great because their background really explains a lot that happens in this book, and so the first book really sets that up so nicely, as well as setting up the story and the starting story, which again is done really well. Character-wise, I enjoyed all the characters and all the perspectives, which, you know, usually doesn't happen with a multi-character book. Usually there's at least one or two characters that you don't really like and you want to skip their stories. However, I just didn't feel like that in this book. I felt like I enjoyed all the characters that were presented. Obviously not equally. I definitely have favorites, like Glokta, and I want to say his name is Logan, but I'm not sure. The Northman, like the kind of barbarian type character that's in here, I really like that. And those two happen to be like my more favorite, more up there characters, but I definitely enjoyed all the characters' perspectives and have, you know, a vague connection with all of them, at least, some more than others again. So I feel like this is a really good book to get into when you like at least most of the storylines. For me, I liked all of them. Glokta happens to be one of my more favorite because he had like a detective or like an investigator type of role, and it just reminded me because before I was into medieval fantasy, which is like now my main thing. Detective novels were my favorite, and mystery novels were my favorite, and so it was really nice to get that detective or investigator type of feel again, and in a fantasy, so it was really great. And the Northman, I really like him because I feel like all the characters have like a degree of being misunderstood, every single one of them, but the Northman, I don't know, I feel like I identify with him more, and I also like his sort of like, I don't want to say like ability, I guess it is an ability. He's able to like speak with like spirits, and I don't know, I really liked that about his character, just the whole way the character was done. Glokta is just, the way his character is written is just brilliant. I enjoy it so much. But all of them are done really well, I feel, and so I feel like this book would be really, really great. I feel like it's good enough like for many audience types, especially if they're into fantasy, and I feel like this has it's nice and easy. By easy I don't mean simple, I mean like easy going, like very just it's not too concentrated to be for like a specific like really small audience. I feel like it's wide enough to like appeal to tons of people, and I really think a lot of people would like this. So this is book 2, remember, so don't forget to pick up book 1 if you're interested. So far I still have to read book 3, so right now I'm only up to this one, and so I don't know what happens after. I feel like my book 3 review might be a spoiler review. I'm not sure yet, so look out for that one. I have book 3, and hopefully I'll find time to read it, and there won't be so much of a gap between these reviews like there has been for the first 2. So thank you for your time. Thank you for being patient with me. I haven't done a book review in a while. Be sure to check out my review for the first book of this, and let me know if you've read it, if you're planning on reading it. Any questions and comments, just put them in the comment box below. And thank you for your time. Bye.